Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out with the gentleman, Chris Billam-Smith. How are you doing today?
Very good, thanks mate. Yourself?
Very good, thanks. You just had your workout not too long ago and then you've been watching studiously as your Saturday's opponent, Craig Evans, goes... No, it's not Craig Evans, is it? I got that wrong already. Craig Glover. Craig Evans is also on the bill against James Tennyson. But yeah, Craig Glover went through his paces. Can you learn much about an opponent from watching these sort of events like the media workouts?
Not really from a tactical point of view or anything, just mindset and things like that. You can pick up little things, but not much. But it's just good to see what's going on and keep an eye out, and you might pick up something. It's always worth watching.
Now, you've both had defeats in your career, but he's obviously been stopped twice. You had a very close, contentious loss to Richard Riakporhe. Does that make a difference in terms of mindset coming in that, you know, you've still got your whole career ahead of you? He might feel this is his last chance.
Possibly, but at the end of the day, once the bell rings on Saturday, all that goes out the window, and it's down to business, and none of that really comes into play. Unless if it's coming to play in training camp, then possibly it could have an effect on the night. But when you're in there and the first bell goes, it's business, and none of all that goes, you know, goes away, and it's just getting the job done.
What do you make of him as a fighter? What do you think are his main strengths?
I think he's a very good fighter. I think he's much better than his record suggests. I don't think I'll get the props for beating him on Saturday to a certain extent, because a lot of boxing fans know he's good, but because he's been stopped, like if I stop him in a round, everyone's going, but he's been stopped before. So it's sort of a no-win situation in a sense, but I'm looking forward to the fight, and he's a very good fighter. I think it'll bring out the best in me, and I think his style is made for mine. He can punch hard, there are his strengths, and he can box too. You know, obviously his record suggests he can punch hard. So yeah, I'd say he's, as well as his strength, he can really box as well.
I saw in a press release a couple of days ago that you quite like the Riakporhe rematch, especially if he wins the British title in his mandated fight. Do you fancy him to win that against Jack Massey? How do you sum up that one?
It's a tough one. I haven't really seen much of Jack as a pro because he hasn't been tested as a pro, and I think that will be the difference on the night. I think the experience as a pro, Richard's obviously been he's been behind on the cards against Sam Hyde and pulled it out the bag. Tommy McCarthy was a good win, and then obviously he was in a good fight with me, and I think he would have learned a lot from all those, and I think that's what Massey's lacking in his career, although he's had more fights, 16, 17 fights, but none of them have been against that. Hasn't had a domestic clash or that test. This is his first test, and it's for the British title. So I think Riakporhe will come through that. And either way, whoever wins, I'd love to fight the winner, because Jack Massey beat me contentiously in the amateurs, and Riakporhe did in the pros. So and obviously it's the British title, which is the belt that we all want. So yeah, it's whoever wins it. I do think Richard will win it, but whoever wins it, I'd love the winner.
With your stablemate Lawrence Okoli winning the European title, moving on to world level now, has that kind of opened up the British cruiserweight division? It's kind of up for grabs now? Yeah,
for sure. I mean, obviously Lawrence, great win last time out. Wasn't the prettiest, but he obviously got a great finish in the end, and that's what he's so good at. He's been being effective, and now we've got the British, the Commonwealth, all getting fought for in the next 2 months. In November and December, so it's opened up for the rest of us to come through. I said it before the Riakporhe fight that I believe Lawrence and I are the best two cruiserweights in the country, and I still firmly believe that. But I'm now in a pool of talented lads that I've got to prove to and beat them all to come out on top and prove that I am, and that number 2 spot for now. And Lawrence is obviously going on to world level, so he's obviously a European champion now, and he's number 1.
Tell us a little bit about the recent move from the old gym in Wandsworth Town, to the new place at the University of Kent. The facilities are amazing, of course, and now you're staying with other boxers as well near the facility. So what do you make of it? How's the change been for you?
It's a little bit further drive for me. I used to get a train up to London, and that was 2 hours, but it takes me about 3.5, 4 hours to get to Kent. But it's only twice a week. Go up there Monday, come back Friday. But yeah, the facilities are great. The gym space, you've got the same amount of room in the gym, really, because the strength conditioning and the boxing are separate, which is nice. It's good. We've all become closer because of it, because we spend a lot more time together. Obviously, I've been with Josh Taylor for his last camp down there in Lawrence as well. But yeah, it's good down there. It's fresher air than London down there, obviously in Kent. It's a bit greener. and there's some nice parts of Kent as well, and Canterbury where we are is a lovely little town, so yeah, it's good, I like it.
Brilliant. Well, we wish you the very best of luck on Saturday night, and we look forward to watching the fight. It's a really good one.